I went digging in the community and I asked what kind of content you guys wanted. And I was so surprised that professors said biblical wisdom, such as things that maybe you didn't know. So I was like, it would be really cool if I had like myths to debunk or lies about the Bible. And my dude came through. He dropped, I think, 5 biblical myths, and I went to town. So today we're going to talk about the first one, which is money is the root of all evil. So you probably heard it said that money is the root of all evil. But what if I told you it's not what the Bible actually says? In fact, this common saying misses a critical point that could change how you view wealth and success. Stay with me as we uncover the truth behind this misquote and what it really means for your life and spiritual journey. The phrase, money is the root of all evil, is a common misquote. The actual verse is 1 Timothy 6:10, and it states, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs." That is the NIV version. In the King James Version, it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after it, they have erred from the faith, wandered from the faith, and pierced themselves through many sorrows." So what that means is the love of money versus money itself. The common myth implies that money itself is inherently evil, suggesting that wealth or financial resources are the source of wrongdoing. But the Bible says that the love of money, not money itself, that is problematic. The love of money refers to an excessive desire of wealth or placing money above all other values, including moral and spiritual values. Root of all kinds of evil versus root of all evil. The misquoted phrase suggests that money or the love of money is the single cause of all the evil in the world. That's not true. The verse actually says the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, meaning it can lead to various sinful behaviors such as greed, exploitation of others, dishonesty, and idolatry, idolizing things that you're not supposed to. However, it's not the sole cause of all the evil in the world, but many of these factors can lead people astray. The focus on intentions and priorities. The Bible focuses on the dangers of prioritizing wealth over spiritual values, relationships, and ethical behavior. It is a warning against allowing the pursuit of money to dominate one's life and moral decisions. Wealth is not condemned. It is a lie that says that money is condemned in the Bible. The Bible doesn't condemn wealth or financial success itself. Instead, it warns against greed and temptation to place trust in wealth rather than God. Many biblical figures, wealthy people, such as Abraham, Job, and Solomon, they were wealthy, but they put their faith in how they used their money, and that's what mattered. Burn all the money? Not necessarily. Money is just a tool. I mean, we don't know what the money actually looked like back then, but I'm sure it was like coins. Of course, they didn't call it money. I mean, I have it in my Bible over here, what they actually called the coins back then, but the way that they actually used their money, some of them squandered it away. Yeah, look at Sodom and Gomorrah. Others used it for good, such as Abraham, Job, and Solomon. There are moral and spiritual dangers to owning a lot of money or gaining a lot of money. Of course, there's greed. The love of money leads to various forms of moral corruption. For example, it can cause people to cheat, lie, steal, neglect their friends, and the needs of others. It can also foster ignorance and self-reliance. People making less depend on God. If you notice that, all the poor people actually depend on God. The rich, they don't really care about God, do they? I mean, there's some that do, but this teaching encourages believers to examine their relationship with money. It prompts questions like, do I prioritize wealth over my spiritual life? Does this money mean more to me than my friends need? If I had it, should I give it? Am I generous with my resources? Do I use my money to serve others or to serve myself? There is a way to balance wealth and your faith. While the Bible doesn't condemn wealth, it establishes responsibilities and stewardship. So if you were given the money, you were to steward it well. You're not to go out and blow it on stupid things that you probably don't need and they're probably just going to waste and rot in the corner somewhere. While the Bible doesn't condemn wealth, it emphasizes responsible stewardship. Wealth can be used positively in the Christian content, such as helping others, supporting the church, and glorifying God. The focus is how we use our resources rather than the resources themselves. You got confused and spent all your money on Bibles? I mean, that's an amazing thing to do. Did you know? I'm gonna drop some info on you. You would be considered like a drug dealer in certain places of the world. I subscribe to this certain place over in Africa. You are not allowed Bibles. It is like a drug. If you are caught with it, they will kill you. This is still going on in our world and nobody even pays attention to it. We would rather pay attention to TikTok, whatever. So we have a cross-reference here. Proverbs 3:9 says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all of your crops. That doesn't just mean your crops that you grow. It means everything you do, honor God with it. Again, in Matthew 6:24, no one can serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. Yes, exactly. Underage kids dancing to perverts watching them. Exactly. Or what's even worse is adults allowing their kids to do it so they can make money off of it. That's even worse. That's child exploitation. But that's another thing to talk about. These verses reinforce the idea that money is not evil, but our relationship with money can be evil if you don't manage it carefully and align your faith and your values with what you're trying to accomplish. There is a cultural impact on this misquote. The misquote, money is the root of all evil, has led people to view money as inherently bad, creating an unhealthy relationship with finances. This can result in either a fear of wealth or an extreme pursuit of it, both of which can be spiritually damaging. Because if you're spending all your time working and you're not spending time with your family, you're neglecting what you were given. So God might just take it away. So my practical advice is budget with generosity in mind. Create a budget that includes giving to charity or your community. This helps prioritize generosity over accumulation. Number 2, set financial goals aligned with spiritual values. Ensure that your financial goals reflect your values, such as saving for your family's needs, supporting missions, or contributing to causes that matter to you. Number 3, give back. Use your resources to help others, whether through donations, volunteering, or other means. This keeps your focus on serving God and others rather than just accumulating wealth and serving yourself. So I have some examples here. Number 1, so if you're prioritizing your work over your family, a person works long hours, takes on extra jobs, or is consistently seeking promotions, not because they need the money, but because they crave the wealth. Over time, they start missing important family events, neglecting relationships with their spouse and their children, and become more emotionally distant. The pursuit of money has caused this person to lose sight of what's truly important, family and relationships. The love of money has led to a broken relationship and a lack of work-life balance. I struggle with that one myself. I know I find myself supposed to be relaxing or supposed to be playing, and I'm actually working. Or I'm supposed to be watching a movie, but I'm working. So I'm guilty of that one. Number 2 scenario. Dishonesty in business. A small business owner starts cutting corners to save money, such as using subpar materials, underpaying employees, or lying to customers about the quality of the products. They justify these actions by the need to increase their profits. A relatable point is the love of money drives the business owner to compromise their integrity, leading to dishonesty and unethical behavior. Over time, this can result in loss of trust, legal issues, and a tarnished relationship. Throw out your money! Throw it at me! Number 3, gambling addiction. An individual can become obsessed with gambling, convinced that they can win big and solve all their financial problems. So they start spending all their money on betting, even into debt or borrowing from others. Their relationships suffer and they become isolated as they chase after more money. The love of money manifests into a form of gambling addiction, leading into financial ruin, broken relationships, and personal despair. The desire for more money overshadows common sense and personal well-being. I've been saying that for years. Yeah, you have. Let's just go back to trading goods for services. I remember that conversation. I don't like gambling either. I don't do lottery tickets. I think it's stupid. Like, you always see the poorest people gambling. You always see the poorest people buying lottery tickets. Like, why didn't you take that $5 and put it in a jar? And then the next time you wanted to buy one, put it in a jar. Did you know that they actually make these envelopes that have days and numbers on them? That's 1 to 365, and you put that amount in every envelope, and at the end of that 365, you'll have $5,000. Wow. But no, you just spent that on gambling. Now, number 4, neglecting the needy. A wealthy person refuses to help those in need, even when they have the means to do so. They are more focused on accumulating wealth, investing in luxury items, or hoarding resources for themselves. They avoid charitable giving and ignore opportunities to make positive impact on their community. Your mom all of a sudden started gambling when she got a new boyfriend. Pisses me off, so they go blow money they don't have. I kind of want to punch him in the face. I don't blame you. I would punch him in the face. And by services, we don't mean red light district style service. Oh no, this ain't a red light special, bro. No. The love of money can lead to greed and selfishness, where a person becomes so fixated on their own wealth that they neglect the moral and social responsibilities to help others. You probably will end up punching him in the face. You've been nice so far. Oh, the day will come. There will be a straw that breaks the camel's back. I feel like every time there's tension in a family, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Okay, number 5 scenario, stress and anxiety over financial status. Someone constantly worried about their financial status, whether or when they are financially secure. They compare themselves to others who have more leading to the feeling of inadequacy and envy. They're never satisfied in what they have and are always striving for more, leading to chronic stress and anxiety. The love of money can create a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. That's not even a word. And dissatisfaction, where a person's sense of self-wealth is tied to their wealth. This can lead to mental health issues and a lack of competence. Every time he speaks, you want to smash his teeth in. You're totally dissatisfied. I change words. Number 6, compromising values for money. A person is offered a job and pays significantly more than their current position, but it requires them to do things that go against their values or principles, such as engaging in unethical practices or endorsing products that they don't believe in. Despite their initial discomfort, they take the job because of the higher salary. So the love of money can tempt individuals to compromise their values and make decisions that go against their conscience. This can lead to internal conflict and regret as they realize that they have traded their integrity for a financial gain. The misquote of money is the root of all evil oversimplifies and distorts the Bible's message. The correct interpretation, the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, offers a nuanced view that challenges individuals to consider your attitudes towards wealth and moral implications of your financial pursuits. It's not money that is evil, it's how you use it. The excessive desire for what it can lead to various forms of wrongdoing and distance from God. So take a moment this week to reflect on how you view and use your money. Are these areas where you might be prioritizing wealth over what is truly important? How can you align your financial habits with your faith? Share your thoughts and let's continue this conversation together.